I shouldn't have Animal Crossing. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I'm currently home trying to self-quarantine, and I hope you guys are staying home as well. I feel like I'm not seeing people talk about mental health enough in regards to how the coronavirus and the quarantine is affecting that. I see that there is a lot of content out there that is trying to make people feel optimistic and upbeat about everything being fine and we're fine, and here's all these things you can do, and you can bake bread and clean your house and stuff. But I want people to also still feel normal. It's good that there's content out there like that to help people feel encouraged about their day, but I feel like there's also a need to let people know that if they are feeling these symptoms, that they're normal and that it's okay and that they're not alone. With something like depression, for example, you can't help but not be doing well, right? Because it's typically a chemical imbalance that's happening in your brain and you don't have a choice. And so you're constantly trying to create a routine that helps fight against the symptoms that you're experiencing and getting on medicine and stuff like that. But I myself struggle with depression, and this is not a situation that meshes well with a mental health disorder such as depression. I find myself struggling to get out of bed and have any motivation or have any energy. I am someone that really depends on structure to my schedule to, feel motivated to get out of bed every day. And this quarantine doesn't allow me to. So I've been struggling in getting stuff done, eating well, in exercising like I used to. I'm really good about exercising regularly, but I depend on a gym to do that, and to try to get myself to do that at home it feels impossible. And so I'm trying to take little steps to make myself feel better and more motivated. And so I like to start my day with getting myself ready and putting makeup on and making myself feel like I have something to do today, and there's a reason why I got up early and got myself together. I have a bunch of chores to do around the house, and I'll get that all done, but I feel like this is really important for me to take this time to do self-care and just love on myself when I'm not feeling my best. I feel like you get my gist. So the purpose of this video is just get ready with me. I'll be talking about how I'm doing during the quarantine, what's up with my life, and if you're someone that likes the open conversation about mental health, I feel like that's something that's gonna normally come up on my channel. If you feel uncomfortable with that and are not ready to have a conversation about that, then this isn't the place for you. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna go ahead, get started, and I'm just gonna chat with you guys. I'm gonna go about just putting on my makeup and talking to you guys, but if you want an in-depth video about me putting on my makeup and what I do and why I do the way that I do and why I use the techniques that I do, then you'll have to stay tuned. I had a schedule going for myself, and it was going really well. In the morning I would get up and go to the gym, and because I had a job, I felt the need to get up and go to the gym quickly. Like when I woke up, I had no time, and if I wanted to go to the gym, I had to do it right when I woke up, because I knew that if I tried to wait in the evening, I would be too tired or lack the motivation to go to the gym later in the day. And so I made it a regular occurrence that I would get up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym, and that would give me just enough time to work out, come home, shower, put on some makeup, and then head out the door to go to my job. Now, because of the coronavirus, my job was put on hold. I'm in a very lucky position where there's tons of people that are losing their jobs right now, and that is not the case for me. My job is just furloughed, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm also I also recognize how freaking lucky I am right now that I have a husband that has a job that is considered essential, and so he is financially supporting us right now. I can't even imagine what families are going through right now that have parents that are have lost their jobs and they have 3 children and they just were not prepared for their financial income to just come to a screeching halt like that. So I just feel so sad for them. And any of my friends that I know that are in those situations, I'm like texting them, like making sure they have everything they need and that I'll like grocery shop for them if they need it. Like this situation is just crazy and it's so unfair to so many people. Considering how bad some people have it, I feel like my problems are small, or like I don't have the room to complain. And this kind of mentality sucks when you're struggling with depression, because I'm not doing well because of my depression and how the coronavirus affects the depression, but I minimize my symptoms and how I'm feeling, because I'm like, people have it way worse than me. But that's not good. That's not healthy, and that's not going to help you, because you need to recognize that yes, their situation sucks and it's hard, but so is yours. Like, yours also sucks, and they both shouldn't be happening, and it's both unfortunate for you. And that's something I really struggle to like allow myself to like grieve. I am not doing well, and that's okay. And it's good that I recognize that, because then I can take that to counseling or to friends that I know are very specialized, or like just very knowledgeable in the field of mental health, and I can talk about my symptoms with them, and then they can help me work through habits or something to be forming during the meantime. And so I talked to my counselor about how I was doing and that I wasn't doing well, and I found myself to be quite emotional. And she helped me realize that, one, I was a person that was dependent on a schedule, and two, I really rely on working out or just exerting myself physically to just help with like my emotional balance and my mental health. And so she told me, every morning, right when your husband gets up, you get up. Like, that's your alarm clock. That's when you know that you have to get out of bed and take the shower, go walk your dog, but don't just like make it a 5-minute walk or just take him to the backyard. Go walk around the neighborhood. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's, however you feel is the most comfortable for you. Like eating well regularly. What else would she tell me? Oh, I have to drink water. She always encourages me to tell my husband what's going on, because he's really great and he will keep me accountable and will check in on me. But if I'm not communicating that I'm not doing well, then how the heck is he supposed to know, right? He might just think like, maybe she's not feeling well, maybe she's getting her period. But yeah, if I'm not doing well, if I tell him, he is so good about keeping me accountable, but it's my responsibility to tell him that I'm not doing well. It's not his job to look at me and immediately know that I'm not doing well and to fix me. So after my session with my counselor, I felt so much better, and I agreed with her. I agreed with the points that she made, and so now I've started getting up in the morning and putting on my makeup and showering regularly, because I wasn't doing that. I was going days without showering and wearing the same clothes. And I'm not embarrassed to admit that, because that's what depression looks like. You don't care to love yourself and treat yourself well. And so I didn't feel the need to shower. I didn't feel the need to change my clothes. I didn't feel the motivation, and so I didn't. And when I finally recognized that I wasn't doing one, I told someone, they helped me walk through how I could fight those symptoms and what I was feeling. And now, I'm not saying I'm 100%. I really would miss working, getting out of the house, and normal life, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm doing better, and I'm drinking water regularly, and I'm getting outside as much as I can every time it's not raining and it's sunny and it's nice out. Another thing I also did was I ordered Overtone, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it is a line where you can temporarily dye your hair using like a deep conditioning mask. And so I ordered one specifically for brown hair because I have dark hair and it's hard to have pigment come across. So they have a line specially for brown hair, and I ordered their pink color. And so what better time to dye my hair than now? You know, I have nothing else to do, and I feel like doing stuff like that is like quite exciting, like dyeing your hair. So I would encourage you, if that's something that you've been thinking about and like really, I don't know, gets you excited when you think about it, I would encourage you to do it now. You know, like if it comes out a total mess and you don't like it, you're inside, no one's gonna see you, and you'll have time to like fix it or dye it another color or just dye it black. I don't know. I'm also not a hairdresser, so I shouldn't be telling people what to do with their hair. Another thing that my counselor suggested that I would have never thought to do was that she said that I should plan things in my weekend as something to look forward to, like, or like just to act like things are normal. You know what I mean? Like it gives you something to look forward to, right? Just like in normal everyday life, you know how you make plans for the weekend and you're like looking forward to it all week and you get so excited when it gets there. You can do that during quarantine. And so, for example, something that I've really been wanting to do is bake cookies. I don't know, it was on my mind. I really wanted to bake cookies, and I kept saying that I wanted to do it, but I wouldn't like get myself out to the grocery store and buy it. And eventually, when I had this conversation with my counselor, I was like, oh, I would love to bake cookies this weekend. And so I talked about it with my husband, and he was like, yes, that's a great idea. And so I went to the grocery store, I bought the supplies, and it sat in my pantry. I think I bought it Wednesday, and I had decided that I would bake cookies on Saturday, and it sat in my pantry. And so it was so exciting because I could do it whenever, but I only allowed myself to do it on Saturday. And I was just so like, I don't know, I was just so thrilled that this was like something I was looking forward to, and I've been wanting to make cookies, and now I have the supplies. Like, all that's stopping me right now is the day. And so I was just like looking forward to the day, and then it came, and it was beautiful outside, and my husband and I put a blanket out in our backyard, and we sat there eating cookies, and our dog's like running around doing zoomies. And I don't know, it really did feel like any other day. Like I wanted this day, and I planned it. Not, I'm quarantined right now and this is the only way I can make my day exciting. It's no, I'm so thrilled that this day finally came, because I've been looking forward to this for some time now, and I finally made time in my schedule to make it happen, and now it's here, and now I'm so thrilled, and it's beautiful outside, and we're eating cookies, and they taste amazing. I think maybe the next thing that I'll do to make it exciting, something exciting to look forward to, will probably be when the Overtone arrives in my mail, and I'll say like, that's the thing I'm doing this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I've also been wanting to bake bread. I know I just like not made fun of it, but teased about it like at the beginning of this video, but all these bread videos have been making me want to make bread. Also, that's something that I'm hoping to produce on my channel, is recipes that are gluten-free and dairy-free, because those are both food allergies that I have. I find that it can sometimes be tricky to find something that is gluten-free and also dairy-free, or vegan, and because then that'll automatically make it dairy-free, but then it won't be gluten-free. And so most times it's pretty like I can easily find what I'm looking for. I'm doing the makeup that I always do. And so when I make that everyday makeup routine, it's gonna be exactly what I'm doing now. I got this fan when I went to San Diego back a few summers ago with my best friend Kate. Shout out to my best friend Kate. She actually just started a YouTube channel for her Sims. I love watching her and seeing how giddy she gets and like into her characters, and so I've been really loving watching her. Speaking of things that I've been watching, my husband and I just got done with watching Tiger King on Netflix. We are the type of people that would never watch something like that. Like naturally, we just wouldn't be pulled into that. And we pulled up Netflix one day to like start watching a show, and it was the first thing on there. And my husband's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "That's the Tiger King. They kept talking about that on social media." And I was explaining it to him, and he's like, "Okay, let's see what the first episode is about." We watched the whole thing, and we both agree we think it's really good. But I think they did a good job in the way that they laid it out, and how like the pacing went, and how at the end of the episode they would just like drop a bomb on you and they'd be like, "Peace." You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Oh, you don't know about her missing husband? Oh." And then like black, like nothing. I thought that was really good. I also liked the I'm not gonna give us I don't think this is a spoiler, but I liked how they included Tyler in the documentary and his story. And if you've seen Tiger King, you know what I'm meaning by saying his story. I think it got you emotionally invested into the show, and I think it was placed perfectly in the series to like keep you wanting to watch more. So good for them for being so clever. But yeah, it was worth the watch, and I would recommend it, which I never thought I'd be here recommending Tiger King. But here I am. My friends and I, Jesse's friends and I, really, we have the same best friends. We all got on FaceTime, and we didn't know that you could FaceTime more than one other phone. Clearly you can tell how little we use FaceTime, but you know, in these trying times, FaceTime is clutch. And so we FaceTime our other married friends, and then they FaceTime someone else and added them in the call, and they had someone else, and they added someone else, and I think there was like 7 or 8 of us on this like FaceTime, or it could have been 10. I can't recall, and I'm not gonna do the math right now, but it was so much fun, and like it really was what I needed that day. I'm extroverted and introverted. Like I'm very in the middle. I'm only slightly more extroverted, and during this quarantine, obviously my introverted threshold is getting replenished, but not my extroverted, and I need that social interaction. And I was so filled by that conversation. And so if you are someone that's an extrovert, or are just need to talk to someone right now, just FaceTime them. Like we didn't plan anything. They just spontaneously FaceTimed us, and we were like, "Oh, let's keep it going." And then they added someone else on the conversation, and it ended up being such a fun night. And so just FaceTime someone and see if they pick up, and if not, try another person. If you have a group of friends that you guys are all like really close, have everyone join the conversation. It will honestly really help pass the time. We ended up FaceTiming for like 6 hours, and we didn't even realize. And then we were so tired by the end of it, but I felt so good. Like I had a really good day. Another thing that has really helped with my extrovertism and is taking up so much of my life right now is Animal Crossing. And I know some of you are like cringing at this, but I used to play Animal Crossing so much on the DS, like back in the day. Jesse and I own a Switch, and so when I found out that Animal Crossing was going to release their game in like a matter of days, and it was perfectly during the time of quarantine and when I wasn't working, I was over the moon. And I've been playing it every day since it dropped. I am not ashamed because I'm having so much fun, and I'm enjoying taking the time, like making my house and decorating it and making it feel like a home. If you have like a desire, like you love collecting and have that itch, I feel like Animal Crossing will be a lot of fun for you, because my husband obviously doesn't care about collecting home items as much, but he loves bugs, and he loves that in the game you're like running around with like a butterfly net and you're catching like bugs and butterflies, and you can catch fish, and that's like really fun for him. And in the game you have a museum, and so you can put one of everything that you've ever collected, and he just loves seeing the museum grow and be able to like, you know, stand back and look at his collection. And so those are really great aspects of the game that initially drew both of us to play Animal Crossing. I did not expect my husband to play, but here he is, and he plays it every day with me. If you're gonna take any suggestions from me on what to do during quarantine, it'll be walk, drink water, invest in a Switch if you don't already have one, and then you already know what game I'm gonna suggest. I really like how my eyebrows turned out today. Ooh. I know you guys are about to see me use the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, and I'm saying this now because you're seeing me use it. I don't like this mascara, but I'm the type of person that, because I invested the money, I'm gonna use it up. It's an okay mascara, but if you want to know more about why I don't like this one so much, then I'll talk more about it in my makeup tutorial. But I just don't want you to see me using this and think it's like worth the money. So my last step is going to be the lipstick. I obviously can't talk during that portion, and so I'm just gonna speed through this. Okay, that should be it. I think I'm completely done with my makeup. I made it through. Now I'm gonna adjust my hair. I'm gonna put it back in the middle and bring my bangs back to the front. Alright, and that completes this Get Ready With Me. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you're staying safe. Please stay indoors. It's for the best. Make sure you're getting the healthy resources that you need, whether it be a healthy person that's in your life that you can talk to about this, whether it's counseling, you can do that over FaceTime or Zoom, whatever works best for you. And there's books out there too that offer a lot of knowledge in regards to how you could be doing better than you are now. I wish you guys all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Today I'm just doing the makeup that I always do. I just bumped my elbow so hard.